What's going on, everybody? It's your boy McFly, and we back with another video, baby. Let's go. Yo, so it's been a dope week for FGC fans who are really willing to give new games a try because 2XKO have been dropping bombs on us since last week when they announced the early access and Timo and everything that was going to be in early access and so on and so forth. They have been hitting us over the head. And one of the things that they hit us over the head with is we got an extra character. We got Warwick. Now, here's my thing. I was telling people all the time that just because y'all saw Timo in that little poster or photo that they didn't mean that he was going to be the 10th character. It could have been anybody. Now, I do think that 2XKO is smart, and they knew that everybody wouldn't gravitate towards Timo as a character because he's like a troll character. He's a meme character. So I think they knew that everybody wouldn't gravitate towards it. So they hit us over the head with with the Warwick. And I think that was a smart move. But essentially that goes to say that if what I think that 2XKO was doing is that they are giving us 10 characters to start with. And then the character that you get with the season pass is Warwick, which means we got a character with season 0. Which means come 2026, because I'm pretty sure this season pass is going to go all the way to the end of the year. This season pass carries on through this December, if I'm correct. Excuse me, you guys. Some water. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, with that being the case and them doing it that way, we're going to either get 4 more characters in 2026 or we're going to end up getting 5 more characters in 2026 if they don't count season 0 and they just say season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they said 5 seasons a year. I don't know. They may count their year starting from now, from October, as opposed to starting their year counting from January, which is where you would be getting your season 1 in January. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a lot of info. We got season pass, patch notes, 2 trailers to watch today. So we're gonna watch both of those trailers. We're gonna do the cinematic first, and then we're gonna do Warwick's trailer later. And we're also going to go over a few of the patch notes. I'm not going to go over all of them because I'm not trying to keep you guys here forever and a day talking about patch notes and what they mean. But the link will be down in the bio of where you can receive or where you can read the rest of the patch notes that I don't go over. So, yeah, as always, remember to subscribe, turn on your notifications, like, share, comment. Comments make it so that I can give you guys better content. And on that note, let's get in tune with the beginning. So, first and foremost, I love this right here. They hit us with this poster, which kind of had me shocked and everything because I didn't know exactly what it meant. And then I saw that up there and I said, man, that's Warwick. And I remember seeing him in the information that was put out the day before where I asked a question where I was like, hey, real or fake, you know? And then they go and they say, yes, Warwick will be playable tomorrow. That is insane to drop that type of information on people the day before you hit the early release. And then tell them the day of the early release is when they'll get the trailer for Warwick. And then the day after, we'll get the dev update for Warwick. So after this video, expect another video tomorrow of the dev updates, everybody. So Tom put out a nice long note, really nice. And essentially it just says what's happening in early access, where they're trying to go, what direction they're trying to go in, and so on and so forth, where they are on console and stuff like that. These are things that he's saying. They also talk about it in the patch notes as well. So I'm just going to do a brief summary over what he wrote here. It's, this version of the game and the team built to serve the FGC both today and hopefully generations to come. Here's what we think it takes to do that. So I love the fact that they're aiming towards the FGC because since it's a fighting game, they really do need to aim towards the FGC. But in the same token, I don't think that should be their only goal. I think they should also aim at the League of Legends culture as well. I'm a League player. I top lane. So I run Set, Darius, Udyr, characters like that, and I top lane. So I know what the community for League of Legends is like, and I know the type of characters we want to see. Like me myself, I need Set. Give me Udyr too, but I need Set. To not have the king of the underground fighting, the boss in a fighting game, is a bit crazy. That's a bit crazy to me. But maybe they, want to hit us with him later, or maybe they haven't figured out a way to build his kit the exact way they want to. you know, I'm not totally for sure, but I definitely think Set needs to be in the game. I'm a huge Set fan. So definitely let's get him going because I am going to be playing 2XKO every day until they release Set. Every day, but after they release Set, I'll still be playing every day too. But that is my thing, just to let Riot know that they need to release Set. But anyway, an amazing game that's fun at all skill levels and rewards devoted mastery. High quality content like champ skins, quality of life updates, etc. delivered as a live service, a competitive ecosystem that supports and brings out the best in the FGC, delivered to platforms where fighting game players play today, consoles and PC, which is PC right now. Sorry, console people, but if you do have the opportunity to play on one of your friends' PCs or something like that, please do check out the game. It's definitely worth it. So far, they've been focused on building a great game. That's been the main point. Yada yada yada. Entering early access. They'll be looking at Season 0. Let's see. Early access kicks off with the first draft of season content. Season 0. Every season is a new champion, a battle pass, and more. Season 0 lasts through 2025. Like I thought, I figured it was going to go all the way through. From then on, we'll be aiming for 5 seasons. So here's the thing. He said after season 0 they're going to be aiming for 5 seasons. So even after season 0, we may get 5 seasons in a year, which is actually pretty friggin' good. It doesn't happen a lot, but that's actually pretty freaking good to get 5 seasons in a year and a character per season. So the fact that we got 11 characters now with season 0, and then if you give us season 1 through 5 going forward, by the end of the year it'll be 16 characters, which is actually pretty good. 10ish weeks a year, so each season will probably be about 2.5 months, which is essentially what we're doing now. We're starting the game early to mid October, and this season pass is going to go through to the end of December. So ranked. So ranked, they learned a lot from the ranked about placement, match fairness, and a tempo climb. Also, the team is cooking up ways to support labbing and training mode between ranked matches instead of going back to the lobby. That would be huge because there's nothing more that I like when I'm playing on ranked mode, or even when I'm playing casuals, where I like the fact that I can go back and I can work on whatever weakness or whatever point in my set, in my move set, in my game plan, whatever hole was in my game plan that somebody exploited in the last match, whether win or lose. If I win, great, I was able to pull it out. But while I was winning in that first round, every time I went, for flash kick as Gal, he parried it and he exploited the fact that he knew that I would try to flash kick on jump in, and he used that to punish and blah, blah, blah. I altered in the next round and so on and so forth. But now let me go back and work on it during the training before the next match so that I can figure out another way to anti-air or whatever the case may be. And that's just an example. It's obviously multiple ways to anti-air, especially with Guile. But it's just an example of how my brain works and what training between the rounds really does for you. It allows you to take the time to be able to work on something that you weren't able to work on at first. So that's actually pretty cool. So they would definitely, I would definitely love for them to have that content in the in-game stores. It's going live for the first time, paying attention to content that lands, what you love, what you don't, and the pace of progression in the systems like battle passes and champion mastery. In a competitive situation here, they're just talking about their first impact program where they're going to be supporting tournaments and stuff like that, which I love because people need to realize that these tournaments that we put on and stuff like that, they don't send us stuff to give to you guys. We put on those tournaments. We pay the winners out of our pockets and stuff like that. So 2XKO doing what they say they're going to be doing with First Impact, where when teams win tournaments and it's a two-person team, they're going to be given a bonus in that, and then also a bonus for those who win singularly, but it's a bigger bonus if you do it as a duo and things like that. That's huge because that type of support doesn't normally happen, man. So people have to realize that 2XKO is doing big things right now, and I'm really happy for that. And right here is the hyperlink on this. If you go on Twitter, hit this hyperlink and it'll give you all the news for the upcoming tournaments and stuff like that. Console, this is what everybody wants to know about. And here we go. We haven't taken the foot off of the gas in getting this game to consoles. Right now, the team is focusing on the work that it takes to go from the console betas we shipped in Alpha Labs to a fully featured game. We'll be sure to share major updates here. So essentially, it seems like, and I think it is a little harder to build a game for console than it is to build it for PC. Because you have to remember, when you're making the game in general, you're doing it on a PC. You're not doing it on a console. So translating all the things that you make when you're making a game into a PC version is a lot easier than it is to translate that stuff over to a console. So we just got to work with them, man. We got to remember that Riot is, not Riot, but 2XKO's team is not a huge team. It's not Street Fighter, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like a extremely huge fighting game team like Street Fighter's team for Capcom. It's a small team, and they're trying to produce a very big game with a very small team. So that's a little crazy. Once we get all of the above into great shape, we'll be ready to leave early access and for the official launch of a fully armed and operational 2XKO. Just like the Alpha Labs and closed beta, you can expect things to change as we figure out what's working and what's not. The key difference is that during early access, we'll be making changes live. So bear with us as we find out our footing. We really appreciate all the support, yada, 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 yada. And P.S. support locals. I love that support locals thing. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I also love how they're handling everything. Yes, people. There are going to be times where the game is going to be down. As a matter of fact, it's going to happen very early in the early access. We got a patch note today, and we're going to get another one on the 9th where the system's going to be down from 8 to 12. And the reason why they're doing 2 patch notes is because there was just too much stuff to patch and too much stuff to do to put out in one thing. Here's just a quick rundown of what's in the patch notes that we're going to look at. Both characters, 2 new stages, Firelight Run and Bandlewood Crossing, combo trials, frame data, and your training, and the store. Nerfed Echo, Jinx, Yasuo. Do I think Yasuo needed to be nerfed? Absolutely. The one thing that I've always criticized in this game, and I will consider to say until I see a major change in it, is that it is too easy to TOD in this game if you are of a certain level of play. It's too easy to TOD. Combo routes are way too long sometimes, and you end up watching somebody do something for 10 to 15 seconds of a match instead of you actually playing. The fun of a fighting game is the back and forth. It's the chess of it, you know, and you won't get that if Yasuo gets a lucky jab in and then jab, medium, heavy, pop up, in the air, 2 hits, circle slash, air slash, air slash, air slash, down, stump, special, tag, bump, dash in, pop up, hit off the wall, and it's still consistently going. Like Yasuo has him and Ari to me have the longest combo routes. Um, Jinx, maybe Echo comes right after Yasuo and Ari, but they just have the longest combo routes. And for me, that kind of takes the fun out of it. When I'm just watching you do an extremely long combo, that takes the fun out of the game for me. But I'm an old school gamer. I come from Street Fighter 2. I come from Fatal Fury 1. So footsies, I come from where footsies were everything. Where you had to know spacing, timing, what moves beat what, and so on and so forth, without having something to count frame data and things like that. So I come from that era of instinct over technique. And because of that, I love the back and forth of a fight, and I feel like the combo routes in this game will take that away from you because it's just that easy to TOD. So I don't know. That's just me. That's my take on it. A lot of people might not feel the same. But I do think Yasuo needed a nerf. Jinx and Echo maybe a slight nerf. They can be a little OP sometimes, especially Echo with all of his mix-ups. That can be a headache to deal with. You don't know if he's attacking you on the right side or the left side or from up in the air. It can be a bit of a headache. I play a little bit of Echo and Jinx, and I'll say that they deserve a bit of a nerf. And I play them. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to say, oh, they don't need the nerf just because I main them. That's not true. Yasuo definitely needed a nerf. And I play a little Yasuo, but not enough to where I can say I'm with them. Now, they did make adjustments to a lot of the fuses too, which, you know, that being a core game mechanic, I didn't see that coming. That doesn't happen a lot where people adjust core game mechanics, but the way that they're handling the game and how early on it is, I can see it. I don't think Ari needed a buff. I don't think Vi really needed a buff, but Braum and Darius absolutely needed a buff. Both of them absolutely needed a buff. Darius more so to his movement speed, not so much to his damage, or anything like that. And maybe his hitbox needed to be extended a little bit. Blitzcrank and Alawi, just adjustments here and there is cool. I'm not really a big fan of what they're doing with Blitzcrank from what I read, but I'll roll with it. And always costumes which come in your starter editions and stuff like that. I have not played the game yet. I have not tapped into the game yet because I wanted to shoot this video first. So I do not know what they're charging for the battle passes and things like that in the store. But believe me, I will talk about it once I tap into it and I look at it. So all of this information has dropped on us in a day. And they also put out the cinematic, which I loved. I already watched it. Sorry. I normally watch stuff with you guys, but I couldn't wait. So we're going to watch this together. And periodically I may pause here and there and say some stuff, but let's rock. Going on record right now and saying already that intro was heat. Speak of the devil, Yasuo. The devil of the sword. But I see what they was trying to do with this video too. Like they were trying to tell the past stories of Echo and Ari, which I think is kind of dope. With them being from two different places and stuff like that. Two v1. The boy who shattered time. Wait, no, don't die. Oh no, she's fine. Okay. Firelights. Oh, Echo Assist. I love that this trailer, number one, let's just get this out of the way. Riot does amazing freaking trailers and animations and cinematics. But I love that they're making it like the actual game, with some of the stuff that they're showing and how moves connect. That's dope. Echo watching her past of how she was hunted and stuff. Him wanting to help her makes him think about when he couldn't save somebody. That right there is insane. That is probably the dopest shot ever in anything. Break. Ugh. She just burnt the brake meter. That I don't know if that's, he has a gauge called a bloodlust gauge. I don't know if that was his bloodlust gauge or if that was him going into like Fury mode, but he couldn't be going into Fury because Yasuo isn't out of the match yet. Time Warner. Get up out of here with that. Ah. Man, being frozen in time, man. Seeing somebody come to give you the final hit has to suck. Nah, don't get tired now. Don't get no rest. Next up, the bat. That's heat. That's heat. That trailer is hard. I don't care what nobody say, but we got to go back because there's one thing that I gotta talk about. This right here. This is the hardest shot. Oh no, I'm knocking over stuff. Lord have mercy. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh man. Sorry, everybody. But this is the hardest. This is probably the hardest shot ever. I love this because this shows that this man tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 times. 18 times he tried to save the little homie. 18. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that in itself says a lot. Um, I'm sorry if you all are getting any feedback in this video, man. I just hit the I knocked over my joint, so I'm hoping that that's not the case though. But he tried 18 times, man. And I know, like this scene right here, I could see the little homie looking up at him and just watching him stand there, watching him fall, and like, yo, you just not gonna even try to save me, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, try to save me. Not knowing that he done already tried 18 times to save you, and this time right here is the closest that he got to it, and he still couldn't save him. Yo, that is a different type of heartbreak, man. That is a different type of heartbreak. Uh, let's get into. Let's look at a little bit of the patch notes. All right, so yeah, two patch note updates. We got them right here. 101 and 101.1. Cinematic. Yada first steps. Champion tokens. Okay, so if you complete the first steps missions, you'll get a champion token. The champion token you can use to purchase the champions that are not unlocked. So I think the ones that have to be purchased, in the beta, we had to purchase Vi, Blitzcrank, and Jinx, I think. I think everybody else was already unlocked. But those three might still be locked, and we would probably have to unlock Teemo and um Teemo and Warwick. So I don't know. We'll find out though. Combo trials is talked about in here. The frame data, stages, system changes, um, and that basically the system changes more so are based around the mechanics of the game, like the double down supers, handshake tags, double assists, juggernaut, things like that. They can make changes. Now here it is, like so. Uh, Rank starts October 9th with the release of patch 101.1. And we want to make sure we include all of our 101.1 adjustments and back end improvements from closed beta before we flip the switch. So that's good. They got some core game stuff in here. You guys might want to read on bug fixes and stuff like that. I saw some stuff in here that honestly I didn't even know was a problem. It wasn't something that I came across, but obviously it was an issue that they ran into. Here's where they're going to talk about the adjustments to the fuses, tutorials, character changes, and so on and so forth. Everybody knows me. I'm a Blitz main. I don't run him at point, but I definitely main him on all teams. If I run him with Echo, that's my big guy and Rusty team. But essentially what they wanted to do with with Blitzcrank was they said they wanted to make him a more of an infighter. They wanted you to get closer with him. I don't know how that's going to work out all that well when when you're facing characters like Yasuo, who has the reach of like a spear character and the speed of like an Echo, and even Echo has a lot of freaking reach, and so does Jinx. They both have all three of them have a lot of reach. It makes it a little harder for you to get in to play that closer character because they nerfed his rocket grab, the air rocket grab, his air garbage collection. Um, they buffed his car council and gave it a little bit more. I think hitbox. It's a little bit more hitbox on it, so it has a little bit more reach on it and stuff like that. So he was the first one that I looked at because, like I said, I main him, and then I'll alter between like Darius, Echo, thing, and Vi, stuff like that. So, but we're gonna see how it goes when I get Timo and Warwick to test out as well too. But here it is. This link will be in the description down below for you guys to look into and read more on yourselves. Now let's get into the new stuff, which is the Warwick trailer. That's what we all been waiting on, right? Let's get into them. Why they gotta beat him up on little Timo like that? Ooh, nice. Freestyled him. Freestyled on that dude.
Like a lot of teeth to lose, Wolf.
Don't say that about your dad, right? Okay, this must be bloodlust. Now I know in his bloodlust mode, he gets to cancel out of a couple moves, and then I think he gets a couple of extra like variations of moves, maybe more hits or juggle off of it. But I know he can cancel more stuff too. So, man, it's like John Talbane, Wolverine, and Saberwolf all mixed together. Nice. Okay, that was clean. I don't care what nobody said. That was clean. So that was clean. I can't wait to test him out. I will be streaming gameplay in a little while, a little bit later today. So make sure you guys time in for that. I'll be on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick streaming today, some 2XKO. So make sure you guys chime in for that. Look, I don't have a whole lot to say, man. Y'all know I've been an avid fan of 2XKO since it was Project L. So this is all amazing to me. I am enjoying every bit of it. What more can I say, man? I'm loving it. I'm loving what they're doing with the game. I'm loving how they're finally rolling it out, and they're trying to keep up with it and keep us informed, giving us new stuff here and there and so on and so forth to keep us interested. So as a FGC member, as an FGC community member, like, wow, FGC community member, wow, that's just a double, just way too much there. But but anyway, as a member of the FGC, there we go. I knew I'd get it. As a member of the FGC and a fighting game connoisseur, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I love the gameplay. I played a bunch of the betas and alphas and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of it, and I love what they're doing. But I love more what they're doing in the community, where they're pushing people to go to locals, where they're being a part of the community when it comes down to the prizes and stuff like that for these tournaments, for with all of the TOs and how they working with them and stuff like that. That is huge, and that's not something that normally happens with the game creators and things like that. But yeah, man, I don't got no more to say. I hope y'all feel the same way I do. I want to play the game, so I'm finna play it so that y'all can see more of it and so that y'all can enjoy it with me. And as always, man, remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment, turn those notifications on. But those comments mean the most because they go a long way towards me giving you guys better content. And as always, live young, stay fly, man. I'm gone.